Okay, here I am. Here's part two. And so, part two, I am going to address magnesium and vitamin D3, key minerals and vitamins, especially around and for those suffering anxiety and depression. So, magnesium is really growing in popularity. More and more people are talking about magnesium. Social media is boosting its popularity by showcasing it as a miracle mineral that offers many health benefits. But despite the buzz, many people still aren't getting enough magnesium, which means they're missing out on its positive effects. So in the US, for example, more than half of the population don't meet the daily requirements for magnesium in their diet. So let's look at what all the hype is about, take a closer look at what magnesium does and why it is important for your health. So magnesium in the body, it's often called the MVP of minerals because it's the fourth most common mineral in your body. It plays a role in 80% of the processes that keep your body working, from helping your muscles move, keeping your heart beating, to creating energy and supporting nerves. Magnesium is essential. It's involved in functions like making proteins, managing your blood sugar, regulating blood pressure, storing energy. It supports your nervous system, your muscles, including your heart. So magnesium is in almost every cell of your body, and you can't live without it. Dr. Carolyn Dean, author of The Magnesium Miracle, explains that magnesium helps control how much of other important minerals enter your cells, making it crucial for balance. And there are dangers around magnesium deficiency. Magnesium helps move calcium and potassium through your cells, which is key for things like sending nerve signals, muscle movement, and helping you keep a regular heartbeat. So if your body doesn't have enough magnesium, it can lead to a range of health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure and stroke, type 2 diabetes, asthma, respiratory issues, depression and anxiety, bone weakness, cancer, chronic fatigue. And even though the body has ways to conserve magnesium, like reducing how much is lost through urine from going to the toilet, if you're not getting enough through food or supplements over time, you may become deficient. Now, some medications and conditions like diabetes can also lower your magnesium levels. Signs of deficiency include loss of appetite, nausea, muscle cramps, and fatigue. One of the reasons people are so excited about magnesium is its potential to help with anxiety and depression. And let's face it, that's what we're doing here today. Research shows that low magnesium levels can lead to mental health issues like depression and anxiety. So recently, a viral video shared by a photographer on TikTok talked about how taking 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate along with vitamin D3 helped reduce his anxiety. And many people commented that it worked for them too. Now, magnesium is known to have a calming effect, and it can prevent the brain from becoming overstimulated, which may help with stress and mental health. Now, several studies, let me just find some notes I've got here. Several studies show that magnesium really can improve mood and reduce symptoms of depression. So I want to also bring into your awareness about vitamin D, and so that you know that vitamin D and magnesium work together. Magnesium helps to activate vitamin D in your body. Now, without enough magnesium, it's harder for your body to use vitamin D, which can impact your mental health. Both of these nutrients work together to improve mood and overall well-being. Now, a caveat here that I will mention both now and again is that it is of no use just going to your local pharmacy, health food shop, wherever you might find your supplements, and buying vitamin D and buying magnesium. You do need to find out if you're deficient first. And depending on the levels that you have, now there's a range that the medical professionals tell us that if you're in that range, you're fine. There are ranges within that that would depict how much you can take of magnesium if you have a serum level to test your levels, or your vitamin D levels, and a blood test for vitamin D, and know where you are on that spectrum of what the medical professionals deem as normal. You can take too much vitamin D and it becomes toxic in your body. It is unlike other supplements, whether it's vitamin C or vitamin B, that your body naturally passes out any excess. Vitamin D builds up and it's toxic. Natural ways to get vitamin D, for example, it's often called the sunshine vitamin, because your body makes vitamin D when your skin is exposed to sunlight. Spending 15 to 25 minutes in the sun a few times a week, exposing your skin, can help your body produce enough vitamin D. And you can get it from your diet, from foods like salmon, mackerel, sardines, those oily fish, egg yolks. There are some fortified products like milk and orange juice. Mushrooms exposed to sunlight are another great plant-based option. So if you live in an area of this amazing world that is limited in the amount of sunlight it gets, especially during winter, you may need to consider taking a vitamin D supplement to keep your levels up. But again, I can't stress enough, have your levels tested, find out. Then you can make informed decisions about how much of a supplement you can take. So, magnesium, back to magnesium. Magnesium is essential for brain health. It helps the nerve cells function properly, and it protects the brain from damage caused by inflammation. So studies have found that people with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease often have lower magnesium levels. It's interesting. So increasing magnesium might help to prevent or slow down the progression of these diseases by reducing brain inflammation. Now, there's lots of other ways to do that, but that's not the path we're taking today for inflammation. Magnesium is crucial for heart health too. So it helps to regulate your heartbeat by balancing calcium and potassium in your cells. Low magnesium levels can increase the risk of heart problems like high blood pressure and irregular heartbeats. And I know many of you who suffer anxiety get really worried because your heart races. That's not necessarily an irregular heartbeat. So it's not going, don't rush to jump on the magnesium bandwagon. But studies have shown that higher magnesium levels are linked to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. I strongly urge you to find a healthcare professional, your doctor, if they're understanding and if they take their time to talk with you through this and personalize with blood tests and looking at good quality products. This could be something for you to know. As we age, it's important to get enough magnesium to maintain strong bones and muscles. Low levels can weaken bones and even increase the risk of fractures. So magnesium also supports that muscle health, as I said, your heart, and helps with strength and reduces soreness after exercise. Now, the amount of magnesium that you need really does depend on your age and gender. So a test to ensure you know what yours is crucial. For older adults or for women who are pregnant or breastfeeding may need a little bit more magnesium. And most magnesium is stored in the body and in the bones and in muscles. You can increase your magnesium levels naturally by eating things like leafy greens, nuts and seeds, beans and lentils, whole grains, fish, avocados, and dark chocolate. I like that one. So organic and unprocessed foods are best. But if your diet does not provide enough magnesium and your levels are low, you might benefit from a supplement, particularly suffering from anxiety and or depression. Now, magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate are good options because they are easy for the body to absorb. You can also get magnesium through bath salts or topical magnesium lotions. But remember, excuse me, remember, while magnesium is safe for most people, I really recommend talking to your healthcare professional, your doctor, before starting a new supplement. Remember, unlike vitamin C or B, the excess, if you take too much, if you don't get tested, you might not be deficient. The excess is not passed through your body, through your kidneys, and from your out from your urine naturally. It is stored and your body can become toxic. Okay. The other thing is that if you're on medications, some natural substances contraindicate with medications. So be careful. So in summary, magnesium is essential for over 80% of metabolic functions. Okay. It's linked to multiple diseases. That's a magnesium deficiency, including cardiovascular, diabetes, respiratory problems, and neurological disorders. It's crucial for calcium regulation and overall cellular health. Studies even suggest that magnesium may really help you to find your inner peace as it eases anxiety and depression. But the research also indicates that the benefits are when it's combined with natural occurring vitamin D3. Do not let one fall past the wayside without the other. Get your levels checked. If you don't get your levels checked of magnesium, get your vitamin D3 levels checked. And if you're in the range of normal, but on the low end, it won't hurt to have a small supplement to get you up to the higher end. Adequate magnesium is really important, again, for heart health, for bone health. All right. Now, here's the kicker. Many people say to me, oh, I take a magnesium supplement. And I ask, what type of magnesium is it? There are so many types. Overall, magnesium is a mineral that's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. But there are so many different forms of magnesium supplements, and each have unique benefits, and you want to know this before you take a supplement. There is magnesium citrate. It's well absorbed by the body, and it's commonly used to relieve constipation, and it helps with muscle cramps. There's magnesium glycinate, which is also well tolerated generally, high bioavailable, and it's usually recommended for improving sleep and reducing anxiety. It does have a minimal anxiety effect. So it's a minimal laxative effect, and that can make it suitable for long-term use. Then there is magnesium oxide, to remember all of these. So that's less bioavailable compared to other forms, and it's primarily used as a laxative to treat heartburn and indigestion, and it is not typically recommended for magnesium deficiency because of poor absorption. Then there's magnesium malate. That's also well absorbed, and it's known for its potential benefits in reducing muscle pain, cramps, and fatigue. Can often be used by people who suffer with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. Then there's magnesium taurate. That is also well absorbed, and that is beneficial for cardiovascular health. Magnesium L-threonate. It's effective in crossing the blood-brain barrier. So that's a good one to remember. It's great for promoting its cognitive benefits, improving memory and brain function. Then there's magnesium chloride. Yes, that's right. That's the one I'm up to. Magnesium chloride. And that's often used in topical applications for skin health, muscle soreness. And it can be taken orally to boost magnesium levels. But all of these have really quite different focuses. So again, you need to go back over this video, write them down, make some notes. And the last one that I will mention is magnesium sulfate. And usually that one, I think, is usually used in Epsom flakes that you can buy and soak in the bath, usually used for relieving sore muscles and relaxing at the end of a hard day. So that's a lot to cover. There's a lot in there. So if after listening to this, you have questions, I would ask that you comment below with your questions. This is part B or part 2 of weekly tips 2. So this is the second weekly tips, and this is part 2. They're quite long. I would ask that you hashtag replay, ask any questions, whether it's on the topic from today or it's a new question for next week's sessions. Let me know you've listened. Hashtag replay. Ask me any questions that you like, and I will attempt to answer them in next week's session. Remember, if you want more personalized strategies, more personalized tips on magnesium that you should take, how much you should take, strategies for to embrace inner peace and let go and leave anxiety behind, to lower levels of depression or ditch it altogether, let's talk. So we can schedule a free 30-minute consult where you and I will talk. I will find out what you've tried, what works, what doesn't work, and we'll look at what does work. So that's angelaliberte.com/call, and the link is here, probably at the top of the page. somewhere. I'll link it somewhere again, or you just ask me for it. All right. So that's the end of this week's text. Until next time, may you be well.